Jonathan, we know from first responders on the scene that at least 9 people have been killed in this explosion. At least 11 are wounded. Those wounded have been taken to local area hospitals. This explosion probably came from an explosive device of some sort, that coming to us from a spokesman for Nigeria's National Emergency Management Agency. This was at a location 100 meters away from the location of a explosive device that went off on April 14th, just a little over 2 weeks ago. During that explosion, which happened in the early morning hours during rush hour, at least 71 people were killed in that attack, at least 130 wounded. Now, the Islamist jihadist group Boko Haram took credit for that explosion that happened on April 14th. They released a video several days after the blast, taking credit for it and telling and taunting, in fact, the Nigerian president, Goodluck Jonathan, by saying in the video that they were now in Abuja. Now, for a lot of people, that is an ominous message because for much of the last several years, Boko Haram has operated in the northeastern part of the country. They've attacked churches, mosques, government buildings, schools. And in fact, as we've been reporting over the last 2 weeks, more than over the last 2 weeks, they are responsible for kidnapping some 200 girls from the middle of the night from their dormitory in Borno State. Now, they have not yet, no one is taking credit for the explosion that happened tonight. But if this is another attack by Boko Haram, it sends a message to the Nigerian leadership as they prepare for a very big week next week, the World Economic Forum that is scheduled to take place in Abuja, Jonathan.
How much pressure is the government under to address the growing threat from Boko Haram? You've been reporting on protests in the streets.
There is enormous pressure, and it's coming from all angles now. Originally, we saw protests that were happening from people in the northeastern part of the country. As more time passed from the moment that the girls were kidnapped, we've seen now Nigerians in multiple cities across the country taking to the streets, demanding that their government be held accountable, that they do something to bring these girls that have gone missing home. Now, we've also started to see on social media not only Nigerians tweeting about what's happening, the security issues that have happened in Nigeria, but also to bring these girls home. We've seen celebrities, we've seen politicians, Gordon Brown, William Hague, all tweeting, all releasing statements asking the government to do something to bring these girls home and to better the security situation in Nigeria. In fact, just a couple of hours ago on U.S. Senator Barbara Boxer's page, she also released a bipartisan demand to be held accountable for what's been happening in Nigeria, Jonathan.